Hi Ballarat. We know Anzac Day this year will look different to other years, but it's important we still acknowledge and remember this significant day. And I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we live and work on, the Wathaurong and Dja Dja Wurrung people, and recognise their continuing connection to the land and waterways. We pay our respect to their elders past, present and emerging, and extend this to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people.
Like many Australians, my family and I will be standing in our driveway on Anzac Day to observe a minute's silence to pay respect to those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
We will remember them in 2020, but we'll remember them differently from previous years.
We'll reflect on current wars and those fleeing war and persecution, and we'll reflect on the importance of peace and striving for peace.
On Anzac Day, we recognise courage, mateship, skill and perseverance of those who served and fought and lost their lives.
It's a sobering moment of reflection. Even though there was success and bravery, it was actually terrible and horrific what our soldiers had to go through. Through World War I with Gallipoli and the Western Front, to World War II with Kokoda, Malaysia, and then even recently in campaigns overseas by Australian soldiers. As a nation, we really need to learn from war, and it's not glamorous and exciting, but it's actually a duty. It's a duty that we shouldn't wish on our young men and women.
Anzac Day this year is going to look a little bit differently. 5 years ago, we saw 25,000 people outside the Arch of Victory commemorating that important 100th anniversary of Anzac Day. This time round, no one will be actually at the cenotaph or the Arch of Victory. Instead, we're asked to hold a candle and listen to one of the services online or on the radio in our driveways.
My hope for members of the Ballarat community is that you're able to find some way across the course of the day to acknowledge those who served on behalf of our country at war.
But we'll gather at our letterboxes in thousands, in local communities right across the country, remembering the brave men and women of World War I, and especially the Anzacs who came upon the shores of Gallipoli in 1915. And we'll remember the sacrifices that were made, the debt we owe for the freedom that we live by today.
On this day of solemn reflection, we'll remember all those impacted by wars. We'll remember the Anzacs, those who fought and lost lives, those who saved lives.
And it's important for us to acknowledge the significance of the stories, to research and share with our family and friends, because we may not be able to march beside them.
We won't be able to gather as a community
Or lay a wreath with them in their honour, but together, Ballarat, we will remember them.